broadcast for Google Hangouts. I have never done this before, so bear with me if I start pushing things that shouldn't be pushed. So you guys may be trickling in, but essentially this is just like an introduction to talk about, you know, what OSEPP is, what we do, what kind of products we sell, what Arduino even is. And so it's just sort of a nice, quick, general outline to really give you just an overall picture of what exactly we do. So we're called OSEPP, which is an abbreviation for Open Source Electronics Prototyping Platform. And what that means is we base all of our products, whether that be accessories, components, kits, boards, or they're all based with the Arduino platform in mind. And if you haven't heard of Arduino or really even know what Arduino is, it's been around for, close to, I'm not sure how old they are now, but maybe close to a decade, maybe less, actually, maybe 6 years, I think. But essentially, it's a controller board that has loads of features that are common and that have been found to be common within the maker sort of hobbyist enthusiast community. And so there's lots of other microcontrollers out there. They're essentially just, really small circuit boards that you plug in different electronic devices to control, motors, actuators, stepper motors, lights, LEDs, fans, anything that's an electronic device you can control with a microcontroller. And so, yeah, Arduino is just another microcontroller that has an accompanying software. So you attach whatever hardware you want to the controller board, and then there's the controller software that you upload whatever customized code you want to go to the board. Because the board itself actually can hold memory, so you can write small programs or fairly complex programs on the board, depending on what your part is and what you would like it to do or how you are supposed to interface with it. So there's lots of different types of ways people, as you can see, it can get pretty deep with a lot of things people do with microcontrollers. If you go to, as we said, there's events like Maker Faire that's actually based with a lot of parts of Arduino platform with people who use Arduino. I actually just went to the one in New York that was this past weekend. So you see a lot of projects there, people using Arduino and using it in different ways to do different devices. Some are trying to put out products. So it's a good showcase to see, what the capabilities of Arduino is and what you can do with it and what people have done. And so, yeah, we're a company that actually makes controller boards that are Arduino compatible now. There's some questions that I get sometimes with people saying, oh, well, are you guys just a clone or a ripoff? You aren't really the official Arduino. And the thing with that is Arduino is an open source platform to begin with. So depending on how you're selling Arduino, whether it's licensing the name or, depending on how you're selling it, you can make Arduino compatible boards that are certified to interface with. They're using the schematics that are open and available for anyone to take and repurpose, and the software that's open for anyone to repurpose. And by the way, everything is free, so people can download the software, except for the hardware, you have to pay for it, depending, you can, download the software for free, use the hardware, repurpose it, develop your own boards based off of Arduino or Arduino compatible. So they're not strict on how you build your Arduino board. They sort of just have an open licensing with, the way it's made and how it works. So we're a company that makes Arduino, as I was saying, we're Arduino compatible boards. And that means that it can work with pretty much anything that's in the market right now that, takes on the form factor, whether that be the Arduino Uno or the Mega or the Nano or the Mini, just different form factor Arduinos with different features. People have made lots of different parts in the market for it. So yeah, that's our boards can interface with a number of electronic devices, just like Arduino. I mean, everything is pretty much a mirror image of what you can do with Arduino. Our boards are exactly, we're following the exact plan with like maybe an extra feature, or two, but anything you have currently for Arduino is 100% migratable over to our boards, which are Arduino compatible. And there's, hundreds and hundreds of people out there making Arduino compatible boards. I mean, there's big companies like SparkFun, Adafruit, Seed Studio. I mean, there's lots of companies making Arduino boards. So they're, it's an open licensing that lets lots of others develop and build upon the platform. So that's us in a nutshell. And so specifically what we're interested in is there's a beginner market in terms of looking at who uses Arduino and who can learn from it and who can really benefit from it. And it's becoming a very popular platform for a lot of people who maybe have never even touched electronics. And so we're interested in working with people who are just starting and people who may be somewhat intermediate, but those are the kinds of people that we make products for and we want people to use. So we have starter kits for people who've never really played with electronics, and it comes with accompanying booklets and diagrams that make it a lot more intuitive and easy to follow. We also have components as well, electronic parts. They can be interfaced with our boards or any other Arduino board that you have. So as we said, everything we have is completely cross platform, compatible, usable amongst whoever, whatever Arduino board or whatever electronic component you want to interface with each other. So yeah, compatibility is, pretty much open with anything Arduino, and along with the structure of what we're doing is geared for people who never really played with electronics, who are just getting started. And so, yeah, I think that's a good overview. It's been kind of quick here. There wasn't too big a turnout, and I'm not seeing too many questions. So, if you want to learn a little bit more, you can actually, I'll type it in the questionnaire. It'll be arduino.cc. So if you go to arduino.cc, you can download the software, play around with the parts and components as well. I'm gonna pull up here. So I wanted to just before just sort of get you, get an example of everyone sort of testing it out, playing with Arduino, sort of seeing it, how it works, what you can do. So just to give a general overview of what this board does, you're going to see lots of holes here. And these are called general purpose input and output pins. So there's each pin, depending on which one you connect to, has different capabilities, whether that be turning a light on or just putting out voltage, or depending on what you're doing, reading an analog sensor or component. So it's a lot of features in here that you can play around with depending on what your electronic devices are. So yeah, I wanted to just hook up an example really quick. So essentially there's our boards. This is the OSEPP Uno. And so it comes with, you can get a mini USB cable. So it's not micro, it's a mini USB connection. And you plug it into, all right, so you can put it into your USB. So as I said, there's memory on this board that lets you hold the different programs onto the chip itself, which is the Atmel chip right here. And so if we go to, let's see. So if you were to download Arduino software on their website, which is arduino.cc, and just go to the download section and download the software, when you open the programs, it has a few examples in there. So if you go to File, Examples, and then the basic program, which is called Blink, you would open it. And so the Blink program, what happens is we have an LED here, right? So to not get too dense here, an LED has a positive and negative legs, which allows voltage to come in here from the board that turns the light on. So that's it in a nutshell, what's going on. So there's your negative leads, which would be grounded, and your positive. Sorry, my eyes are pretty bad. So right now, I missed the pen. See, can't really see. Bear with me. All right. So as you see, I had code that I uploaded. It's simply opening the program and pressing the upload button. We can get a simple program with just blinking an LED here. So this is a good start. This is just always a good start for anyone playing with Arduino and also just to make sure everything works. It's a good way to sort of see how, from code, hardware to software, how things work and how you can really manipulate and change the hardware that you play with to work with the software, vice versa. So yeah, I wanted to just show a basic example. If anyone has any questions, they can shoot me an email directly, danny@osepp.com. And yeah, this video is going to be posted on our YouTube channel to just give a basic overview, of what we do, what we're based off of, just showcasing, some of the very beginner capabilities of what we can do. So yeah, it'd be great to have these sessions more often so people can sort of get acclimated to really what's going on, ask questions, work with other, this was geared for HobbyTown because HobbyTown is a current big distributor of us, and we want to help them out and sort of get acclimated to understanding Arduino and working with Arduino. So yeah, this is a good thing also in the future to share with other members of HobbyTown and whoever else has suggestions of who's been using Arduino. Maybe you've been using it in your retail store and you have some suggestions of what could work. So yeah, hopefully the next one will be more directed towards you guys. All right, thanks.